Good morning, welcome to Totally Beads Live. How are you all doing today? Hopefully I'm on the stream okay and everything's working. You can hear me okay, sounds okay. Lighting is very, very dark. So just pop a little comment in, let me know where you're watching from, how you're doing. I can see I've got a couple of you in, so I'm going to say hello to you. Hello to Linda. She says hello, and she's saying hello to Lorena as well. Hopefully it won't be too long before Natalie starts making her beautiful jewellery. I'm here with you. It's 10 o'clock. Hello to Manu. How are you doing? We've got quite a few of you in. So today I'm going to be making some beautiful necklaces with you. What's better than a gemstone? A faceted gemstone. So I've got some gorgeous crystals, some absolutely beautiful gemstones to look at with you. You can choose, excuse me, from an array of beautiful colours, and we're going to make some very lovely necklaces with kind of multi-strand effect. I have one here for you, so you can see how pretty they are. Lovely little bit of delicate chain and three beautiful. I'll show you them on the website so you can see them a little bit clearer, and then I will show you them down on the mat as well. So let me say hello and let's get going. So we'll go straight over to the website. Good morning to Mina. Hello to Tutu. It's cloudy in Watford, says Linda. It's very cloudy here. It's not raining. It was trying this morning a little bit. It's just a bit overcast and a little bit dreary. Good morning to Kath. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you any better? That's my mummy. Couldn't see her yesterday for Mother's Day because she was poorly sick. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love, Mum, and I hope you're feeling better. Good morning to Lucy. How you doing? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Elaine. Sheila's in as well. Hello to you. She says, hello, Natalie and fellow beaders. Oh, I'm on YouTube. Smoffy says, I'm looking okay. Well, I look a bit dishevelled this morning. You ever have one of those mornings where you just wake up and you're not sure whether you're still awake? I don't know why I'm so tired. I didn't have a late night. Good morning to Camille. She says, good morning, Nat. Did you get spoilt yesterday for Mother's Day? She did. I had a lovely Mother's Day. I got some slippers and a lovely fluffy dressing gown off my little one. He gave me a beautiful card which Daddy had helped make. It's got his face on it, his beautiful handwriting. He's doing very, very well. And we just had a nice relaxed one, had some breakfast, just relaxed, went for a lovely walk in the afternoon, went to the park, found some trees, really lovely day. And then we came home for tea. I hope you had a nice one as well. Good morning to Sharon. Hello to Natalie. She says, hey, Natalie from Nat in Colchester. Thank you very much for your congratulations. Not seen you for ages, Natalie. Thank you for joining us. Carol's in as well. It's overcast in Wolverhampton this morning, says Smoffy. Lorraine is in. Hello. Hello to Muna. She says, good morning. Can't wait for today's necklace. Muna, wait till you see them. They're just gorgeous. I love a gemstone, but these are faceted and it just doesn't get much better. Tutu says they're absolutely gorgeous. Elena's in. She says it's wet and horrible here. Good morning to Kim K. Hello to Tracy. Hello to Janice in a damp Swansea. David's in. He says, sorry he's late. He's just accepted an offer on the house, waiting for a call. Yay! Congratulations, David. I hope everything goes well with your move. Hello to Sue. She says, good morning, Natalie. My daughter took me out for a walk in Dunham Massey. Gorgeous. The weather was all right yesterday, wasn't it? It was cold, but yeah, it stayed dry. Good morning to Nicole. How are you doing? And David is making some double Trixie bracelets. So I've got my usual lot in. Thank you so much for joining me today it's Monday. Still not quite sure what day we're in, but thank you for joining me on a Monday morning on Totally Beads. So let's go over to the website and see these absolute beautiful things we've got for you today. Hello to Pauline. Yes, it's a brand new week. Good morning to Angela. Is she dull in Fulfar? Well, she's not dull. The weather in Fulfar's dull. And Carolyn's in as well. She's been walking the doggy. So we're all in. We've all got here a couple of minutes later than we planned. I think I was about 2 minutes late this morning, just trying to get the set up. Head over to totallybeads.co.uk. Head straight into your video tutorial section and have a little look at these Nadira necklaces. I think it's pronounced Nadira. They're absolutely gorgeous. So let's have a little look at them. They range slightly differently in price, because obviously we're using gemstones, so everything's always a little bit different depending on the rarity of those semi-precious gems. But I think you'll agree, for what you're getting in your kit today, for beautiful, beautiful faceted gemstones, they are an absolute bargain. And they're around the $7.99 price mark. So, into Nadira necklace in amethyst. Look at this. It's just so pretty. I will show you them down on the map because you need to be able to see how beautiful these faceted gemstones are. We've paired those faceted gemstones, which are your 6mm gemstones, with the 4x6 crystal rondelles as well in similar colours. So it just blends beautifully, but at the same time, I think it just gives your gemstones even more sparkle. In your kit today, you're going to get some of your chain, you're getting your 6mm jump rings, you're getting a lobster clasp, and you're getting lots of eye pins too, which are 50mm eye pins. And we're going to be stringing those along to make 3 beautiful, gorgeous strands mixed with the crystal rondelles and with those faceted gemstone beads. So I've spoken to you a lot about the different properties associated with these gorgeous stones. Obviously with amethyst, it's a variety of quartz. It's the birthstone of February. So if you know of anyone who's February birthstone or just loves a bit of purple, this one's definitely for them. Zodiac attributed to this one is quite a few really. You've got Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces all linked into this beautiful amethyst. It is said to be good for inner peace, healing of body, mind and soul, and it is a good stress reliever as well. So absolutely gorgeous amethyst necklace for you today for just £7.99. Don't forget, if you haven't entered your email address, you can do, and you'll get a little discount off there as well. So that one is your amethyst. We've also got the beautiful Indian agate. Now, this one is what I'm going to be demonstrating for you today because they're just absolutely beautiful. So it is a type of chalcedony, I think, in a variety of quartz Indian agate. It's just got the most unique pattern of banding on it. It's absolutely beautiful. Now it usually comes with green, so I've paired it with those green crystals, the 4x6s. But you get so many other beautiful colours within these as well. Anything really that's quite earthy. But there's pinks in there, there's browns in there. They're just absolutely stunning. It's meant to be good for protection, strength and harmony, and it's linked with your Aries zodiac. So you can make these sit however you want. You can pop that chain on and make that shorter. You can sit it round your neckline wherever you want. It's only £6.99. If you scroll down, you can see exactly what it is we have in your kits today. You can see those eye pins. These will be on the gold plated with your gold chain. You've also got those gorgeous 4x6 dark emerald green crystal rondelles as well. But they're absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited to make with this one today. So you've got obviously your various different gemstones, but they come in 2 colorways. So your amethyst is on the gold and the Indian agate is also on the gold. If we head into your obsidian, these are just stunning, absolutely gorgeous. This one's going to be on your silver colorway. So by that, I mean you're going to have all of your findings, your 50mm eye pins, your chain, your jump rings and your lobster clasp in the silver plated colour. It's £7.99. It's just, the quality of these gemstones are unreal. The cut on them are absolutely beautiful. And I think they are a bargain price today. So your obsidian is a volcanic glass. It is linked with zodiac. It's mine. It's Sagittarius and it's Scorpio. It's good for fulfillment, purification, transformation and protection. And it's beautiful. It's a very gorgeous colour of black. It's dark, it's shiny, it's just beautiful. So that one is your Nadira necklace in obsidian. Now we've got a rose quartz. I know I've had a couple of you saying, where are the pinks when we've come to the gemstones? We have rose quartz, faceted, 6mm rose quartz for you here. Absolutely stunning. So it's usually linked with your Taurus of your zodiac of Taurus and Libra, and it is the unconditional love stone. So a perfect one for Mother's Day. It's motherly love, it's self-love, it's friendship, kindness, caring, all of those beautiful things. It's the most gorgeous soft pink, and it's £7.99. Again, everything in your kit today to make up one very beautiful necklace. So we're putting on those 3 strands. We'll be graduating them in size by changing up how many of the faceted gemstones and the crystal rondelles we pop on each strand. Everything in your kit, £7.99 today. These photos do not do them justice. I apologise for my shoddy camera work there, because they're just, you need to have a look at them. I'll take you down on the mat. This is your tiger eye. It's absolutely stunning. Of course, we've had to put it on the gold colourway in terms of your chain and findings, because it's your gold tiger eye. It's beautiful. So again, it's a variety of chalcedony. Your zodiac that it is linked to is Capricorn, and it offers protection, clear thinking, empowerment, willpower, courage, and grounding. They are all the properties that are attributed to this absolutely beautiful stone. £8.99. Still, to have a necklace of this quality for under £10 is just, I'm going to say it, it's ridiculous. It's absolute ridiculous bargain price today, and absolutely beautiful. Look at it, gorgeous. So that one is your Nadira necklace in tiger eye. And then lastly, we have the turquoise howlite. This is just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous colour. So the joy of having a howlite is this is your dyed howlite. So it has all the properties attributed to howlite, but it's also got those additional properties attributed to its colour. If it's dyed turquoise coloured and it is therefore blue, it's your throat chakra, but it's a borate mineral, I think, your howlite. So it is linked with Gemini as its zodiac. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous colour, and it's linked with inspiration, creativity, and artistic expression as your properties in that. And they are £8.99. Absolutely beautiful. Everything you need, from your chain to your eye pins to the gemstones to the crystals, your lobster clasps, and your jump rings. Absolute beautiful necklace. I mean, I'm feeling very energized by them, considering I didn't feel like I was fully awake. I'm now like running on 1,000,000 miles an hour and very, very excited. So I'm going to see what I've missed in the comments and see which one that you're liking the most. And I think we might have a birthday in the group as well, if I'm not mistaken. So let me see what I've missed. Good morning to Pauline. Hello to Angela. Hello to Caroline. Oh, I've said Carolyn. She's been walking a dog. Good morning to Chef. She says, good morning, darling. First of all, congratulations again. Thank you so much. She says she's been saving all the tutorials and she's going to have a go soon, and have a fantastic day. Lucy shared the link for you here. Thank you, Lucy. So if you're wondering what we're making, how do you get your hands on these beauties, head over. Let's see if I can get it right first time. No, totallybeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials/Nadira necklace. Thank you for that. It's mirror image, so I can never get my hands in the right place when I'm looking at the screen. Good morning to Natalie. Good morning to Sharon. Hello to Pauline, who's loving the Indian agate, which is good because that's the one I'm demoing with. Carolyn says, oh, I'm a Pisces. Debbie is saying that it looks very pretty. Good morning to Anne. She says hello to everybody. She's in a rainy Yorkshire today. And it's Anne's birthday. Happy birthday, Anne. We won't sing to you, but we'll send you loads of love. Hope you get very, very spoiled and have a lovely, lovely day. Hope the rain goes off for you as well, so you can, oh, don't know, maybe you'll get a rainbow. Good morning to Jackie. Hello to Linda, who's wishing you a very happy birthday, Anne, as is Francis. Lucy saying my favourite, so I'm guessing she's seen the rose quartz. Nicole is loving the rose quartz and the mixed green one, which is your Indian agate. Lorraine is wishing you a happy birthday. David's bought the rose quartz and the turquoise. David, I'd mix them. because they'd look just stunning together. So yeah, maybe mix them up too. Hello to Hannah. How are you doing, sweetheart? Camille is saying she loves Tiger Eye, but she also loves the rose quartz. Hello to Tova. Mina says, oh, I miss the handmade cards that the kids do in school. He didn't make it in school. Husband actually took him to get one made, and then he decorated the inside of it, which was really, really lovely. My absolute favourite thing. Though I do love my slippers. I'm looking this way because I just popped them there. Camille says she likes the Howlite and she's a Gemini. Lucy is, I couldn't agree more. She says great prices today, especially as the gemstones. They're faceted gemstones. Good morning to Janice. She says good morning to everybody. Where do you find the tutorials? I will send links over to you, Angela. You can find all of our Totally Beads tutorials, of course, here on the website. We are on live on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and you can find us on YouTube, and you can find us on the Facebook page too. Good morning to Linda. She says hello to everybody. Good morning to Joanne. Pauline's wishing Anna happy birthday. Debbie saying good morning. Elaine is a Pisces and her birthday was last Tuesday. Oh, get yourself a little gift. And everybody's wishing Anna happy birthday. Okay, shall I take you down on the mat? Should I show you what we've got? They're just so beautiful. I keep disappearing off screen, don't I? I do apologise. My coffee's on the floor. I need a little table. Okay, let me move the tools out of the way. So, you've got your turquoise Howlite here. And they are just beautiful. I'm not going to lie them flat on the table. I'm going to lift them right up to the camera. Look at those crystals. Just shimmering next to those gemstones. So these are your turquoise Howlite. So you can see they've still got those little veins running through them. Their most absolute beautiful colour. And I think having those little faceted crystal rondelles as well next to them, just stunning. And they do indeed, Camille, they match my nails. Mr. Trick. They're looking a little bit chipped, I'm afraid. I do apologise for the quality of my nails. I've been doing some lovely wire work at the weekend. That's what I really wanted to do, just to spend my time doing a little bit of that. So that is your turquoise Howlite. I'm not going to keep you too long looking at these because I could be here all day. Right, your rose quartz. Look at them. Colour's not showing up, but you've got these beautiful, beautiful, very light pink. They're just subtle and gorgeous, those crystals. And again, if I can hold one of these up, if I can give it a little bit of a twist and a turn, you may be able to see. Focus, focus. No. The gorgeous facet on them. They're just beautiful. Absolute gorgeous. That one is your rose quartz. Another we've got on the silver. So we've got 3 on silver and 3 on gold. These are your silvers first. You've got your obsidian here. I mean, they're just absolute jet black. They go gorgeous with those crystals. Linda says, I love them all. So do I. I mean, they are jet black, but I think you can really see the facet on these. If I just give that a little bit of a twist. Absolutely gorgeous. Love them. Okay, on your gold colorways, let's pick them all up. We have, should have picked them up one by one so I don't get them tangled up. This is your amethyst. I mean, these would make the most beautiful bracelets as well. If you wanted to maybe not multi-strand them all and just get loads in your kit, you could make a double-stranded necklace and a bracelet too. Look at them. I don't think I've seen amethyst quite as pretty. Look. Just absolutely beautiful. David is saying he would like to mix them as it makes them go further. Well, as I say, you know, you can get bracelets out of these as well. Look at them, they're beautiful. I wonder how many times I can say beautiful today on today's live. Lots, I'm guessing. I need more superlatives. There's not enough positive words to say about these. Okay, so this is your tiger eye. I love the crystals that we've put with these. You can see I think they just complement the shades and the tone on the tiger eye. Just stunning. You can really see the facet on them. The light's really catching them now. How gorgeous. And then this is the one that I'm going to be demoing with for you today. This one is your Indian agate. So, in fact, I'm going to show you them like this. So these are your beautiful crystals, a very deep, dark, gorgeous green. And then these are your gemstones. So they are predominantly green, but if you look at the different shades and tones you've got browns, you've got a little bit of kind of pinky purples in them, just the most beautiful earthly tones. If I just hold them up on the necklace here for you. They're just stunning. Smoffy says, oh, and the amethyst fell into a basket too. I think for this price, you know, I am biased because I love totally beads and I love my gemstones, but I just think for this price, you really getting an amazing deal. Right, let's get going. Let's make. So you will have your kit will contain some chain. I'm going to use about 30 centimeters, I would say, of the chain. I don't want it to hang that long because obviously when I'm making those strands of my gemstones, that's going to start making them kind of sit lower as well. So if I get this one out, pop it on the table. Again, all jewellery looks much better when it's worn, but it will sit so it kind of gathers and kind of hangs a little bit lower. So all I'm going to do to start off with is I'm just going to cut the length of the chain that's going to run around the back of my neckline. And that way we're also kind of making the most, I would say, of those gemstones. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm just going to fold it over. So I'm probably going to have about 15 centimeters on each side of my necklace. So I'm just holding those two ends together so I can find the center. So I just run it through my fingers. You can measure it out if you want. So if you want to measure it against your ruler, I'm going to pop my ruler out the way because I don't need it. I'm going to get my tools out all over the desk. So I'm going to find that middle link, hold them up together just to check that that's the middle. And then going to open up that link, slide one end off and close that link over again. I'm just going to make sure that I've closed that link perfectly. And now I've got two even lengths of chain, which I can run around the back of my neck for my necklace. So now I'm going to attach my jump rings. So I'm going to attach two at the top and two at the end. And I'm also going to pop my lobster clasp on as well, which is a 12mm lobster clasp. So I'm going to open up my jump rings. Giving it a little twist towards me or away from me. And I'm going to slide that on to the last link of my chain. I'm going to pop my lobster clasp on as well. And then close that jump ring up. Again, I'm just taking it slightly past the point, so when I let go of that jump ring, usually it can go a little bit like this. So if I take it slightly past that point when I let go, it should spring back closed fully. And I'm only going to open it up a few millimeters. I don't need to twist it right open. Just picking up that last link on my chain and sliding it through. And closing that over. So this is going to attach together. Excuse me. And you can add those extra jump rings on now if you wish, just to speed you up a little bit. So all 3 of my strands are going to hang from these jump rings at the end that I'm just attaching now. And on with the next one. Linda's asking me, what gauge are the head pins? And can I substitute for wire? You can substitute for wire as well. I'm using the eye pins for these because we want to make a double connector. I'm not too sure on the gauge. Let me just have a quick look for you, see if I can find out. I'm not too sure on the gauge. It says they are 50 by 0.7 millimeters. The loop's 3 millimeters and the hole is 1.5 millimeters. I'm not too sure on the gauge. To me, they feel, I would say, maybe a 5 or 6 millimeter. So wire would, or you could use a 6 millimeter wire, that's no problem. And you could use those, make double connectors or even wrap loops on them if you wanted to, Linda. If you have a little look at your gorgeous gemstones and crystals, you've got a nice large hole in there. So they are definitely going to fit on. I even think you'd probably get a 0.8 millimeter wire through there if you needed to. So yeah, you can absolutely substitute for wire if that's what you'd like to do. Hello to Ruth. How long is the chain at the sides? I've cut 30 centimeters of chain, Diane, in the middle, so 15 centimeters on each side, but you can make that longer or smaller, do whatever you want to do with it. I don't feel it needs to be that much longer because obviously it's just to go around your neckline. This is going to sit down the bottom, under your collarbone and onto your chest. Good morning to you, Nadia. How you doing? And yeah, you're most welcome. Right, let's get going. So I'm going to make double connectors on my crystals and on my gemstone beads as well. So I'm going to use, in total for the gemstones, I'm going to have 19 of the faceted gemstones, and on the crystals I'm going to make 24 up. So I am just going to sit and batch make little piles. I have done some already, so don't worry, you don't have to watch me doing the same thing over and over and over again. But all I'm going to do is just use my eye pin with the little loop at the bottom, and I'm going to make another loop at the top, so I've got a double connector. So I'm sliding on my crystal or my gemstone onto that eye pin, and I'm going to give it a little bend over. You can bend it whichever way you want, towards you, away from you. I'm just cutting that there, so I'm left with about a 1 centimeter of that pin. You can keep them to the side if you want to reuse them. So I'm bending that pin over, and that way when I come in with my round nose pliers and I start to turn that loop, just give it a little twist. My little loop is going to sit nice and neatly on top of that pin, and if I need to readjust just to straighten up, I'm going to give it a little twist between my pliers. So do that again so you can see what I'm doing. I'm taking the crystal, sliding that on. I've got tools everywhere, I do apologise. I'm going to give it a little bend. So I tend to make my loop sit flat this way up so that they should face the same direction when I then turn this pin in. So I'm cutting, just leaving about 1 centimetre, holding that end between my fingers as I cut it so it doesn't fly away. I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I only want to use towards the end of it really, just a few millimetres up, just so I can turn a small loop. So I'm holding it like this, so keeping it down between my thumb and my finger so it doesn't move around. I give a little twist up just to create that little flick, so I can reposition my hand And then as I turn that loop, I'm not fighting with it. It will just sit neatly on the top. And if I need to straighten it out again, what I mean by that is just making sure those loops are running in the right direction, then I can do that. So I'm going to keep going with that. So I will create 24 of my crystals. If you want to use your looper, you can do if you've got one. If you're making lots of them, it's a really good way to speed up the process. So if I've got my looper, I'm popping my crystal onto the end of that pin so it sits up against that loop. I'm popping it right the way through, so you'll see there's a little hole at the end. Don't know whether it's showing up on camera, but if I pop that pin through the other side so it comes out, when I give it a little press, those handles together, it will cut the wire for me, and it will also turn that loop as well. If you need to, you can give it a little straighten up, so by popping your round nose pliers in and giving a little twist to close. And again, just check that those loops are running in the same direction. David says, I see you have your looper on your desk. Yeah, I mean, in total, if I've got this is when we test my maths now. If I've got 24 crystals and 19 faceted gemstones, what's that, 43 in total? I think that's 43. So obviously, it's a nice thing to do if you just want to sit and you just want to start turning those pins and loops, you can do. But if you've got your looper, that's helpful. I'm just wondering if I'm short a crystal there. Let's check. So I need 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So here's some I've made earlier. And now for my faceted gemstones, I'm doing exactly the same. I'm just going to have 19 of those. So let me do the same with those. Let's pull out these absolutely gorgeous Indian agate. So if I can show you these on my hand, can you see the difference in colour? We've got very green ones, some with even kind of like translucent parts to them. We've also got much lighter shades of green, almost whites, purpley bits. You're getting kind of reddy colours in there as well. Really earthy tones and very, very beautiful. And again, all faceted. So if I'm turning my loop, I'm doing exactly the same. I'm not doing wrap loops with these ones, but you could do if you wanted to. So I'm just going to bend my pin over. I'm going to trim off, holding it between my fingers, and then positioning my pliers. And you'll notice I just tend to run very gently my finger over that pin. I don't want it sticking out the pin like this on the other side, because as I turn it, this part won't turn and I'll end up with a straight bit and a bit of a wonky loop. So I'm just making sure that's fairly flush, holding it in place with my thumb, give it a little twist, reposition my hand, lots of little movements all the way around just to make that perfect little loop. Again, if you want to make sure that they're running in the same direction, just give it a little twist like so. And I'm going to repeat that, so I've got 19 of my faceted gemstones. And you can use your looper with this as well. Just make sure that you're being kind of watchful while you're doing it. You don't want to chip these gorgeous gemstones or crystals. So I'm popping my looper in my hand with my pin running through it, sticking out the other way with gemstone attached. Very gently, I'm just going to squeeze those handles in together, and that's going to do all the hard work for me. So if I want to save a little bit of time, or maybe, my hands are a little bit achy, then that's a quick way of doing it. As long as you've got a loop on either side of those gemstones and your crystals, it really doesn't matter. They don't even have to be perfectly the same. Just make sure that they are turned enough so that that loop closes and they're not going to come loose. I've cut quite a large bit there, probably cut a little bit more off. I only need 1 centimetre, but I will just make that loop slightly bigger. All the way round. Just give it a little look over to check it's in the middle. I'll do the last one with the looper again. So, gorgeous gemstone on, position it. So I'm keeping that loop facing up towards me. So as I turn it or squeeze the handle, that's going to turn that loop. Just, you can see there, it's not turned it all the way. So I'm just going to come back in with my round nose to straighten up and close it fully over. And now I can start piecing these absolute beauties together. So for my top row, I'm not using any more chain, I'm just linking them directly together. So for my first string that's going to come round here, I'm going to go for 5 gemstones. So I'm just going to pick 5 out of my pile. And you can mix about with the colours if you want to, if you have got a slight varied colour on them. So I think they look beautiful together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gemstones in the middle. And I'm just going to take 3 of the crystals either side. So we've got 6 crystals in total in that top row, 3 on either side. So it's going to run like this. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to start from whichever side you want. That's why I find it easier to make them all up first. Oh, Linda, I hope all goes well. Don't worry, you can catch us up later. Have a good day, my love. So I'm just going to open up that link or that little loop that I've made by giving it a little flip up. I'm going to attach the first crystal onto the second crystal and close that link or loop over. And this is why it's important to make sure that you've made your loops fully, because we want to be able to just open them up with ease, slide onto the next one, and by flicking it back down, you've got a really secure and sturdy kind of chain of beauties. Flipping up the next one, and picking up my next one. This time it's my gemstone. Opening up the link on my gemstone and attaching on the other one before closing it down. And I'm just going to repeat that to make that chain. So as I say, this one has 3 crystals either side and 5 gemstones in the middle. You can play around with it if you want to. You could kind of alternate them, but I think it's nice to have the gemstones in the middle and the crystals on the opposite side. So to open up those links, I'm just taking my pliers, just the tip of my plier, and I'm giving it a little flick up, and then I'm picking up the gemstone or my next crystal bead and flicking it back down again once I've attached them on. Really straightforward, a lovely little project to do. And I think easy enough for absolutely anyone. So whatever level of jewellery maker you are, if you're a beginner, then this is an absolute great one for you. By the time you've created all of these double connecting pins, you'll be a dab hand at turning loops. And if you've got the looper, you'll make it in no time. So that is my first gorgeous strand. Again, they'd also make a very beautiful bracelet. So I'm just going to attach this onto the jump ring. So you can open up the jump ring, or you can open up your loops on the ends of your chain that you've created. It doesn't really matter which way. I think for the first one, I'm just going to open up that jump ring. So I'm going to slide it on, and then I will close it back over. And then I can make my next strand. So this is your top one. Again, you could always just have it as one strand if you wanted to. Mina says, I might try this way as I always use jump rings to connect my beads. What, I can't remember which necklace it was we made, was it last week or maybe the week before? And we used the jump rings to connect them together. I think these look, you know, lovely, just directly linking onto those double connectors. If you add your jump rings in between, you're going to make a much longer length because those jump rings are going to act as kind of links in your chain. And I quite like that these are running quite close together. So for my next strand, my second strand, I'm going to use 6 gemstones. And on either side, I'm going to use 4 of my crystals. So 8 crystals in total for this one, which means I've got 4 either side, my 6 in the middle. And I tend to just lie them out on the desk like this, have a little look that I'm happy with how they're going to be, and then I just work from one end, picking up the next. You only need really 1 pair of pliers to do this. So I'm flicking up and attaching 1 crystal to the next and closing that back over and just repeating that process to create that chain. Flicking up, attaching on. Just make sure when you close that over that you're closing that loop nice and fully. Good morning, Sue. How are you doing? She says, sorry she's late. You don't have to apologise. You can catch us whenever's convenient for you. If you are just joining us, we are making the beautiful Nadira necklaces. Tutu says she's just got 3 of these. They're gorgeous. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like them. So now I've popped my crystals on, I'm just going to pop my gemstones on. Again, I'm just carefully having a little look by eye, making sure those loops are fully closed. Sometimes you might find, so this one here, this isn't the one I've made. This was the one that came already on my pin. I'm just going to give that a little close over again, just to make sure that none of them fall loose. As I say, it's a really nice make for any level of jewellery maker. And if you've got something like semi-precious gemstones, then you've got exquisite materials. And if you do sell your jewellery, you can, they deserve a high price. It won't take you too long, so you can recoup your time back. Just make sure you are covering the costs for those gorgeous gemstones. And, maybe tell people about the properties that are included in them as well. Or what's attributed to them. A little bit of information maybe about, where you've found them, where you've sourced them. Obviously, totally beads, but where about in the world and things like that. So I've now just created my next one. And again, I can open up the jump ring, or what I can do is I can open up the little loop at the end of that necklace chain and just attach that on. I want this to sit underneath the last one. So make sure, they're not crossed over. If you're just using them flat on your table, you can piece these together really straightforward and easily. So again, if you wanted to, you could just have the double strand and then you've got enough for a bracelet as well. Catherine's asking, do we have any videos making sunglasses chains or just glasses chains? Do you know, Catherine, that was something I wanted to do a little while ago because I knew a lady who was always losing her glasses. I haven't actually done a tutorial on it, but this method would absolutely work. You could do wrapped loops, or you could do this where you're just creating those loops together. And you could use your gemstones and things. I think maybe a wrapped loop might be a little more sturdy and secure. Obviously, you're pulling your glasses away from your face and leaving them around your neck, so you might want something a little bit more sturdy with a wrap loop. But I've done tutorials on those designs, so you could always just adapt that. You would just need to use maybe little kind of rubber bands to attach the end of your chain, whatever you're making, directly to the arms on the glasses. Okay, so for the last one this time, I'm using 8 of my gemstones. Just love the variety of colours in these. I just think they're beautiful. So I've got 8 of my gemstones, and I'm going to have 5 crystals either side. So this is going to be the longer one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 10 crystals in total on this last one, and 8 of the gemstones. And again, just going to pick up. Am I even in shot? Don't think I am. Just keep opening them up and close them over. So usually I do struggle to decide which is my favourite. I think the amethyst are just stunning. They're such an absolutely beautiful, rich colour. But I think today I don't seem to be quite attracted to greens at the moment. I always say particularly with gemstone, just go for the colour that you like the most. Whatever colour you're drawn to is probably what you need in terms of the attributed properties. But I just love the Indian agate because I just love the difference in colours. I'll show you them on the strand again. You can see just how different they are. We've got some really kind of deep green ones. This one's almost kind of whitish pink. Very, very beautiful. Opening up the link, threading on the last one, closing up the link, opening up the link on the opposite side. So I'm just giving it a tiny, teeny flick up. I'm not opening it right out because I don't want to be weakening those little loops that we've made. Just enough to thread on and close back over. Just hold it with my thumb, just so I've got a good grip. Slide it down my hand, holding on the next one. So I'm holding that last gemstone or crystal with my thumb while I turn that little link over or upwards. And repeating that each time, just keeping it steady. So I've got plenty of space to just link on my next bead. Now got back to my crystals. Just finishing off attaching these ones on. Closing over. Flicking up. Sliding on. And repeat until you've got your desired length and you've used them all up. Now I can do exactly the same again. Again, you can open up your jump ring. I tend to find it easier just to open up the link when I get to this point so the others aren't sliding off. And if I'm holding it flat on the table, then they're going to be positioned in the right order. So the longest length of my chain that I've made is going to be on the bottom, and the shortest one will be at the top, which means it will create this very lovely graduated design. Catherine is saying, I'm sorry, but I'm new to this. Never apologise, Catherine. We all start from somewhere. What are you doing when you say wrap loop for the eyeglass chains, not wire? You can use wire, yes. Right, let me just see what wire I've got here. Bear with me, and I'll do one very, very quick for you because we've got time. Let me just see what gauge wire I've got sitting at the table. I'd probably do it with a 0.6, but I've got the 0.8 to hand, so that's what I'm going to use. So if I'm making a wrap loop, my lovely, I'm just going to cut a little bit of length off. If you do go into our video tutorial category section, you can see by technique, and you can search for wrapped loops on there. I'll show you how to do that as well. So I'm going to get a bead out. Let's use, I've got silver wire, so I'm going to use a turquoise howlite, I think. So let me pull one of my gemstones off my strand for you. Okay, got quite a lengthy piece of wire here. You won't need that much, but it does depend on the beads that you're using. So when I'm making a wrap loop, the ones I've just been showing you with the pins are turned loops. This is quite a bit of a sturdy wire. It is a 0.8. You might be better with a 0.6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my round nose pliers and give it a little bend over the top. Then I'm going to reposition my pliers so that wire is sitting in between the top and the bottom. I'm going to bring that over. I'm going to do it really quick for you just so you can see. I'm going to bring that right over all the way around, and I'm going to give it, it's kind of like a little scarf. So you can see I've got that eye shape at the top there. I'm going to pop my round nose pliers back into that loop just to give myself something to hold on to. And then I'm going to turn that wire. So this is your wrapped loop because you're wrapping. So there's no way that these loops are going to come undone, because those 3 wraps or however many you're doing is going to make it really, really sturdy and really secure. I don't know if you can hear, I've got a dog having a full-on conversation outside my house. So if you can hear barking, it's not me. And then going to trim off any of that excess wire. And then what I'm going to make sure I'm doing is I'm going to tuck that in. Then I'm going to slide my bead on, like so. And then I'm going to bend my wire again over the round nose just to create a little bit of space between the bead and the wrap. And then I'm going to wrap that round again and do exactly the same process. So my bead will sit in between. And then if I'm connecting on my next one, let's show you with an eye pin just to speed up so you know basically the process. So if you can imagine that I've got one here which is a wrap loop. What I will do then is I will slide on before I close that over. So I'll give it a little lift up just to attach my wrap loop on. So this one is a wrap loop. We just pretend it looks the same as what we've done. And then I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm just going to hold it in my less dominant hand. I'm going to try and figure out where I put my pliers. I'll use these ones. Drop that bead right down and then wrap that next loop, and I'll just do exactly the same. So then they're going to be really, really sturdy and that's not going to come apart. I hope that helps, Catherine. What I will do is I'll show you how to find the link on the website as well. So if you head over to our wonderful Totally Beads website, here you can see we're in the Nadira necklaces. But if you go straight into your video tutorial section, you can not just the makes that we've recently been doing. So they were the earrings I did last, and then the necklaces, the was that Monday? But if you go here and you keep scrolling down, you can search makes by bead, you can look for by date, you can do by kind, or you can do technique. So if you click on tutorials by technique, you can see things like bead stringing, different types of stitch. We should have one which is wrapped loops. Maybe it's in working with wire. We got with these, I think this one was wrapped loops. I'm pretty sure they were wrap loops, weren't they, everybody, that I did? So you can have a little look and I will talk you through step by step how to make kind of a rosary type chain there. And I hope you'll be able to fully understand it. But if there's any point that you don't know what we're doing, then just drop me a little message, drop me a comment. You can even comment on this live afterwards. And I'm always here to help. That's what we're all here for. Or if you join our handmade group, you can see what we're doing there. And you can share your makes and ask any questions you want. Lucy's shared the link today. Thank you so much, Lucy. This, Catherine, is your link for all the tutorials. So if you need it, you can find it. Camille says she really enjoyed it. And yes, Lucy said it was the Rosaria. So this is the necklace I've just been making. These are absolutely beautiful faceted gemstones. You can see how they sit just lovely. So I really only feel like I needed 15 centimeters of chain either side, but if you wanted that to sit longer, you can change that up. I hope you enjoyed them today. They were, I think, absolute bargains for what they are. I'm going to be back with you on Friday. I think I'm doing earrings. I really need to sort my diary out because it's all organised on paper, but it doesn't exist in my head yet. So I'm still struggling to find out what day we're on. Lucy says, very pretty make today. Thank you so much. Oh, she's got to go and do a food shop. Don't go hungry, Lucy. Don't go hungry. If you go hungry, you do what I do and you just come back with a load of cheese and bread and nice things. Right, my lovelies, thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely day. Don't forget to like the video, give me a thumbs up or a heart, or angry face me if you want to. If you didn't enjoy it, then give me that feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the rest of the week. You're all very, very welcome. If you have a little look, Catherine, on it's never rude to ask a question. That's what we're here for. If you have a little look on the website, all the costs are there, and you can also change your currency as well if you need to. Oh, Sharon's been making the pearl and crystal necklace into headpieces. Oh, gorgeous. Right.